Hello there, my name is Richard. I'd like to talk about animation, and today we're going to talk about a new article from Cartoon Broom. Basically, Mattel is re-releasing a new anime series from Barney, and this is basically the first image, and every other website, specifically news, covering this, basically says the same thing. In fact, this is sort of my first time doing this. I just sort of want to do something new about this my channel. So it depends how you feel. If you like what I'm doing with this, I can go and making more videos. Of course, this will be a two-part news set. The first one will be Barney, and the second one will be the Geronimo Stilton books. Let's start first with the Barney one. This one I feel is a little bit more interesting, that I actually know a lot because I was sort of raised back in the 90s when Barney actually hit the first time. I was about, 4, because this actually came out back in 1990s, and no one really thought this would be a huge thing. In fact, I was sort of surprised that Mattel wanted to re-release this new modern version of it. In fact, in the article itself, it basically says, thanks to YouTube, Kiwi Barney still alive and remembered. In fact, be honest with you, no one really liked Barney that much. Only if you're 3 or 4 years old. In fact, even I was the perfect age range. I was like 4 or 5 that I actually recognized Barney as a thing. We wasn't that into it. It's something like, yeah, no, I want to watch cartoons, not talking dinosaur. I'm fine with that. But besides that, basically this sort of news outlet, Cartoon Bro, basically says this is a new CGI preschool type of show for basically preschoolers. Yeah, I'm fine with that, but at the same time, a lot of people have a lot of strange feelings about this, because it's not because of nostalgia, it's because Barney always was sort of kind of divisive as a TV program, because they try to do sort of like the kind of like Rogers kind of feel, like trying to be wholesome, kind to others with the sing and song dance, but it never really made it work. At least in my opinion, it almost feels sort of manufactured, because a lot of people despise Barney, and actually a lot of different kind of entertainment outlets make fun of it. I remember Animaniacs made a statement about Barney by the company Baloney or something, Baloney or something like that. They constantly just make fun of it because it's sort of very annoying character. Can never really figure out how to make it work correctly. But it was popular for the youngsters. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But the only problem is it could bring all the mixed emotions back. Even the people who commented on this really are regretting seeing this once again. In fact, believe it or not, they actually are making a movie about Barney, but not for preschoolers. This is for more the adult people who remembers Barney, but it's sort of a grimmer take that Barney comes back to see his legacy still help people to be kind to others or not. Something like Mr. Roger once again. But obviously, a lot of people don't really like this idea, especially the new design of Barney. To me, feels a little bit kind of off another way. It sort of feels kind of unhinged. The design a character, it's hard, especially in a cartoon sort of setting, because you have to keep it what it is, simplified and recognizable. But even harder if it's based on a popular IP, but a completely different sort of product. Like this one, Barney is just a guy with the suit. Now you have to make it animated, and that's sort of a different kind of flavor. And this design feels a little unhinged, almost a little bit creepy, or sort of something like it's off. I don't know, it's maybe the face or how it's the body built. Maybe because it's trying to make it cheaper because CGI. But be fair, if you know what you're doing with CGI animation or CGI rigging, it can actually be magical. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can easily fall apart. It becomes sort of a horror show. Even worse, it becomes sort of X-Arm. If you remember that crunchy original train wreck that hired a bunch of new animators who don't really have experience doing CGI, that easily happened to Barney. But once again, this is Mattel. They are professionals. They know they cannot be cheap out. Of course, I just don't like the character designs in general because it kind of reminds me of something like uh, what was that show, that horror game, Fred Fights and Nights or something like that. That horror game that you go into a sort of pizza parlor and all the animatronics become alive trying to kill you. Yeah, that design, it reminds me of that. That's sort of kind of creepy and weird. Maybe just me. Maybe I'm just sort of a horror fan. That anything sort of unhinged looking or uncanny valley always just goes back to horror to me. I don't know why. Of course, it could be a hit run kind of situation. It could be the next The Bear the Blickful House because that series, that sort of preschool show was so well made. It's almost like MSR kind of feeling. If you watch the series, you know what I'm saying because back in the 90s, that program, every time it come in the morning, I always left it on in the background because his voice was so smooth, so positive. It never felt faked. And that's why I'm hoping this new Barney preschool could be sort of doesn't feel fake. Of course, I could be wrong, could be either or. But anyway, let's go to our next segment. It's if you never heard of Reynolds Stilton books, if you never heard that book miniseries, it's basically you follow a kind of like a news article, Mouse in Mouse City, always looking for the next big hit article, but usually follow the most weird and strange and scientific sort of scenarios. And basically that's all about the franchise. Each book is basically a memoir of his adventure, finding out something unique on Mouse City. And nowadays this franchise got so popular, they decided to make a movie series about this. But interesting enough, they actually made a series about 3 seasons, almost the same name in the book series. I actually saw it on Netflix. It was alright. It was sort of wholesome and interesting. But believe it or not, this book series is so big they decided to make a movie and actually hired the director who actually helped make Shrek, Turbo, and also Captain Underpants, the director of those 3 franchises. And yes, he was sort of excited and ready to do this series. Of course, I'm kind of wondering how much things they kind of changed the look of this series because the book series, at least I'm talking about the anime series because I watched it a little bit, is more adventurous, sort of kind of Tintin like. They're trying to find a new mystery, but sort of things sort of happen that everybody is sort of kind of connected, like a family Johnny Quest kind of feel. And that's basically what is Stilton Books really is. It's sort of like a homage to Tintin. I just wonder how much they would change or modernize the books because the books, I don't think they have a specific time period, but it's almost felt back in like 1920s or 1930s kind of feel because they really try not to use technology that much. It's this basically a news hound looking for anything strange on Mouse City. That's why I keep comparing to sort of kind of like Tintin because it's something very kind of familiar. So I'm wondering they could modernize it or stay like that or make it sort of CGI because it's the same director who did Shrek, also did Turbo, also made Captain Underpants. I wonder how much many changes will make or not much change. Honestly, I don't know, but because they chose a really unique director who has a lot of flair, can actually make this work so well. In fact, are you fan about this book series or the animated cartoons? You feel they have the right hands to make this because it seems fun. It seems interesting. I'm done with it because you have the director of Shrek and Turbo and Captain Underpants. But to be fair, Turbo wasn't that amazing. It was alright. But besides that, the rest of the franchise that director did a great job. I'm sort of hoping to see what he come up with or do something unique and fresh. I really got nothing else to say. Just hope you like this new type of videos. Hope that I make more. Depends on you. If you like it, put a like and subscribe if you had it. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.